Hey everyone. Boy, the Trudeau Liberals are hard at work making sure that you have one choice and one choice alone this election season come 2019. And that's to vote for the Trudeau Liberals, because every other option out there, ooh, it's scary. Be careful. Somebody might be trying to trick you into picking someone else other than the Trudeau Liberals. Might be those pesky meddling Russians, ooh, or those trolls out there, or those bots, that have this amazing power and capability to somehow affect your mind, your psychology, and turn you against your own best interests, right? Amazing power these boogeymen have, right? But meanwhile, the Trudeau Liberals and the politicians and those who control and micromanage every aspect of your social and economic lives, I don't know, they're just what? They're just innocent bystanders that are just fearful and concerned about, that you might hear the wrong thing. You might hear the wrong opinion. You might be inundated with fake news. That's the thing. They're using Donald Trump political talking points, and these are the kind of people that have complete disdain, hatred, and vitriol normally reserved for Donald Trump. But yet, once again, they realize that, hey, as per usual, they realize, oh, look, that seems to be a winning strategy. Well, let's try and adopt that ourselves. I mean, if you don't already have a lot of distrust for the federal Liberals, let me point out that all you, especially all you people that chose to, ooh, we're going to support Liberals because they're going to legalize pot. Well, look out there. How's that working out for you? Probably not so great, really, because it looks like that they actually didn't give you any more freedoms per se. Well, maybe a little tiny bit here or there, although very minor in comparison, in contrast to now the amount of authoritarian measures or means or criminality or legislation that they've now imposed that now actually makes the things that they've legalized have more potential as far as having economic or social impositions forced or thrust upon you for growing, consuming, cultivating, or distributing a plant. Legalization? Once again, no. It was all about the government trying to monopolize and take over an already existent industry in this country. That's what it comes down to. But the other side of the equation, the two main things that I think gave Trudeau Liberals their majority in 2015, why they came to be the government of Canada in 2015, was because people were pissed off about Harper and his top-down authoritarianism, and I was right there with you, folks. I was right there with you. Not a fan of the Harper regime either. But the Trudeau Liberals, well, in addition to the pot legalization plan, right, the other side of that equation that garnered a lot of support for them was we're going to get rid of the first-past-the-post system. This is your last election that you'll have to vote under the first-past-the-post system. That's what Trudeau said. Remember that? But as soon as they get in there and he got power, he realized that, wait a minute, no. If we do that, if we allow something like proportional representation to take place, well, hey, maybe libertarians, maybe the other people with different political voices or opinions that are counter to our own, hey, they might actually gain some seat or position of power. Oh, we can't have that, right? Can't have real democracy. No, matter of fact, Trudeau loves the first-past-the-post system where actually all you need to garner is, what, 38, 39% of the voting population, which is only a representation of what? I think about 60% of the adult population. So what does that work out to? What, maybe 20% of the population that actually gives these people all that authority, all that pretense of power? No, they love the first-past-the-post system. And like I said, Trudeau basically backtracked real quick on that and said, no, not going to do that at all. So if that wasn't bad enough, if that didn't already destroy your faith in your political masters, well, the fact that they're now, with the federal election less than a year away, the fact that they're now trying to double down on this kind of bullshit political rhetoric that, ooh, now you got to be scared of anything that you're going to see out there on the social media sphere. Hey, don't listen to anything that we don't tell you. If it's not government approved, right? Oh, it's lies. Ooh, it's the Russians meddling. Or it's those, ooh, pesky libertarians. Or people that promote freedom and liberty. Oh, don't listen to what they got to say. No. Trust me, these are bad people. No, you need to listen to me and me only. And trust me, the media establishment already have his back, and that's already before he decided that he's going to bail them out and give them $600 million of taxpayer money, or actually at this point, the unborn money, to prop them up and make sure they carry favor for him and favorable coverage for his political stance and his political party. Once again, folks, this is all about using fear and division, that tactic, to make it so that you aren't willing to listen to anything what anyone else has to say, and that you'll only align with the political rhetoric espoused by the Trudeau Liberals or the establishment media that is now in his back pocket. This is a headline article of CBC News. Next Canadian federal election will be target for Russian meddling. Sajan. No one wants to be duped by fake news, says Defense Minister. This being reported by Michael McDonald and Keith Doucette, Canadian Press, November 18th, 2018. With a federal election less than a year away, Canada's Defense Minister is warning voters they will be targeted by online cyber attacks and fake news as Russia steps up its efforts to undermine Western democracies. We have taken this into account very seriously in our defense policy, Harjit Sajan said in an interview with the Canadian Press. We need to further educate our citizens about the impacts of fake news. No one wants to be duped by anybody. He's so concerned that you might hear something, like I say, that he doesn't necessarily align with or he calls fake news. So basically what these central planning hacks are telling you, Canada, what they're saying to you is you're too fucking stupid to be able to discern the difference between fake news, real news, or derive your own objective opinion properly. They're saying, no, if you are inundated with anything outside of what the status quo or the establishment narrative wants to put forth and present, they're scared to death that you'll fall in line with it. Well, wait a minute. Why would they be so fearful? A well-educated population would never be foolish or naive enough to fall for fake news or be duped into fake news or supporting what? What are you worried about them supporting anyways? We never ever get to that point. But anyways, once again, they're basically suggesting that the Canadian population are a bunch of dumbasses, right? And they need to micromanage what they're allowed to see and hear. That's the thing. They're sounding the alarm. Ooh, be scared of the Russian meddling. Ooh, those Russians. But yet, enter into this article out of the National Post. Feds refuse to disclose details of Russian meddling in Canadian elections. So, ooh, be scared of the big bad Russian boogeyman that's going to somehow, affect your psychology and how you think about things, which is, once again, what do you think the establishment media or what do you think these political propagandists and these establishment parties do? They try to trick and manipulate your mind into thinking a certain way too. So what they're saying is, we don't like competition, right? And no wonder. When you got as bad eye fucking D's as these dipshits have, no wonder they don't want anyone else to hear any other ideas, because they're scared that you might fall. If you're foolish enough to fall for their ideas, I guess that's their thing is, if they're foolish enough to fall for our ideas, they're foolish enough to fall for any ideas. So yeah, we got to make sure there's no other ideas entered into the minds of the Canadian masses. That's the reality, folks. Despite publicly confirming that Russia interfered in the last federal election and warning that it will doubtless try again in next year's vote, the Trudeau government won't provide any details about the alleged meddling. Well, if they publicly confirmed that Russia interfered in the last federal election, well, geez, who won the last federal election? Oh, it was the Trudeau Liberals. Well, did big bad Vladimir and his gang of trolls or Facebook posters or tweeters, did they really turn Canada off from common sense and turn them on to Trudeau liberal values? Is that what happened? Did the Russians do that, Trudeau? Or are you suggesting that the trolls and the Russians meddled to the point that it actually got you elected and you're concerned about the fact that you got elected? Or are you concerned that they were suggesting that they should elect opponents to the federal Liberals because they lost? So which would basically say that I guess these trolls or these Russian bots or these meddlers, apparently they were unsuccessful. So no matter which side you look at it, once again, none of it makes any sense. Well, if you think about it critically. If you just listen to the kind of political rhetoric or talking points people like Trudeau or this Sajan put out there, I guess if you're an unthinking beast, well, whatever the hell they say, right? But if you think in any way critically at all, you realize that this is such crap, such mindless propaganda and fear-mongering tactics, which are meant to just keep you conformist and in line with their particular ideology and supporting them because, ooh, everyone else is scary. Don't step outside your comfort zone, folks. The big bag boogeyman's out there. It is refusing to respond to a written request from Alberta Conservative MP Blaine Calkins, who had pointed out that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in September that there was not much direct interference by Russia in the 2015 federal election. He asked in what specific ways Russia did interfere then. In response from the Prime Minister's Parliamentary Secretary, the government says the answer to Calkins' question has been withheld under Section 15 of the Access to Information Act for reasons of international affairs. So, I'd like to tell you, I'd like to give the reasons as to why we're putting forth this kind of fear-mongering tactics, but, oh no, it's a secret. Once again, are you foolish enough to fall for this kind of political rhetoric, folks? Because if you are, wow, please don't vote. And I mean, I'm going to tie this video up real quick, but I'm just going to obviously bring into this equation, because since we're talking about the federal elections and media and political posturing and propaganda, well, the fact that the Trudeau Liberals have now basically handed over, forced, well, actually it's not the taxpayers, because you're not being forced to pay for it. Are you seeing your taxes being raised to pay for it? No. So it's the unborn that's now forced to pony up $600 million, well, $595 million to the establishment media in this country. So the Trudeau Liberals have now propped up that one organization, that one entity that's supposed to hold power to account. Although, and that's the thing, we already know as Canadians that even prior to the political support or the economic support from the federal Liberals, we already understand inherently and intrinsically that most of the established media carry favor for the Liberals. They're basically just PR spokespeople for the federal Liberals. But now that the federal Liberals have stepped up their ante and their game and now has basically handed over $600 million, or is getting ready to hand over $600 million to the news and media organization in this country, you really think these media organizations are going to even attempt at that point to even at least try to allow even a couple of their contributors to be objective in the reporting? Once again, are you going to bite the hands that feed you? Are you really? Are you really trying to think that and suggest that these people in the media and these politicians, this is the hilarious thing about these politicians, these media pundits, they try to put forth and suggest that they're all benevolent. No, none of this is nothing. It's not cronyism. It's not corruption. Government and media working together and government bailing them out or handing them hundreds of millions of dollars yet. No, don't worry. There's no corruption in that. Don't worry. These people are not people. The masses, the masses are definitely people. Those people need to be micromanaged, dictated, and controlled. We need a million laws and regulations and rules to control every area and every aspect of their social and economic lives. Because, hey, people just can't be trusted, right? So that's what we need government for, because people can't be trusted. But yet, these people in the media are the politicians that have way more power than anyone else out there at their disposal. The people with massive amounts of power who want to go into positions of authority and control, no. They'll never use that for bad. They'll never do evil things. They'll never be immoral. They'll never be biased. The media will never do anything wrong. No. All these people, they're the exception to humanity, right? They're perfect human beings. Like I say, the rest of the 30+ million Canadians, you need top-down control everywhere, in every aspect, in every regard of your social and economic life, because, well, you just can't be trusted to make the right decisions or do the right things or to be moral. That's what all these laws and regulations and rules are all about. But don't worry. Big government, big media, crony corporations, crown corporations, no. This is all on the up and up, folks. Don't worry. We're just helping them out. Don't worry. They'll still remain objective, although Canadians, like I said, realize that the media's already got a leftist behind. How bad is it going to get once they bail them the hell out and prop them up to the tune of $600 million? I mean, come on, folks. I mean, I'll post a link to these articles and descriptions of the video below, but yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I shouldn't even have to say any more about this, especially when you're talking about the federal Liberals giving almost $600 million to the media just about a year before the federal elections. And then talk about Russian propaganda. And yeah, you don't think this is political meddling? You don't think this is a complete destruction of any pretense of holding power to account from the media? Or that this isn't a means to manipulate or suppress voting in this country? No, not at all. No, that's only Trump or the deplorables. They're like I say, all the people on the left, they're all benevolent, awesome, never do anything wrong. But everyone else in society, like I said, got to be controlled, constantly dictated, and micromanaged. That, like I say, that's the Liberals' take on things. Think about the mind. Think about what kind of mind these people have. Think about how out of touch with reality, or how much they're willing to lie and deceive the population just to maintain their grip on power. There's no level that they won't stoop to. They'll go as low as they have to. And that's just the truth of the matter, folks. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.